Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bell Ringers podcast. It's Colin Daly, Ben Goldstein of Phillies Sports Reports here. We have a busy one. It's All-Star Week. We've got a big agenda today, and we may as well just get right into it. Hopefully, we can get this done pretty quickly. It's like I said, 5 things on the agenda today: some games, some recaps, some
You gotta
analysis.
do the Jake Storielli thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So stupid.
Are we?
All right, let's start with Pepper. Start the music.
Yes, we have an abbreviated Pepper today.
Yes,
like
because someone forgot to write the question.
Yes, and we have to do like a mini one because you do not have a lot of time. You have abbreviated Pepper. You have 8 seconds to answer these.
8
All
seconds to answer the question. Really?
Yes.
What is it usually?
What's that?
What's it usually?
10.
I have 8
It
seconds to answer 4 questions.
No, each question.
Are these the 4 questions from Passover?
What?
You have no clue what I'm saying.
No.
No, I forget how the 4 questions go. Hold on. 4 questions. It's a Jewish thing.
Oh.
Manishtana halayla cheze Mikol haleilot Mikol haleilot Shebechol haleilot Anu ochim Unosim mosli mishuim Imoshim mishuim Halayla cheze Mikol halayla Halayla chazeh, halayla chazeh, That's the most you're getting out of me.
That was a great performance.
There you
That
go.
was
There's
an
4.
interruption.
There you go. You get some Jewish. You get some Jewish content. There you go. Probably cut that out. We might lose some subscribers. By the way, we are very close to 500 subscribers. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed,
And we are very close to 400 followers.
Yeah, there you go. So if you were watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe because I would like 500 subscribers. That'd be cool.
Also, we have big things within the next 2 weeks, probably.
We do.
Next.
This is the best time to like and subscribe. We actually currently have 498 subscribers per 6:05 at night on July 20th. So, I mean,
Hopefully
if you're
watching,
watching, we literally need 2 people. Like, we literally.
All right, you ready?
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 8 seconds is on the clock. When I finish reading the question, we have completed 93 games in 2022. What grade would you give the Phillies thus far?
A B. No minus, no plus, just a B.
When was the last time that 2 players on the Phillies played in the All-Star game?
2021. Because it was Wheeler and JT Omito.
Okay.
Is that right?
Can't touch till the end. Give me 3 words to describe the first half of the season.
A lot. Hold on. No. A bunch everything.
Okay.
A bunch of everything. A bunch of everything. There we go.
That's fair.
That's 3 words.
How many All-Stars will the Phillies have in 2023?
4 or 5.
Wow. Bold take. All right.
I think next year's the year.
All right. So I asked Ben, what grade do you give the Phillies in 2022 thus far through 93 games? His answer was a B. My answer is a B minus. So very similar there. Give me an explanation for your answer.
Kind of like how I said my 3 words, a bunch of everything. I mean, B in my book is good. So I think the Phillies have been good this year. They've been bad, they've been great, but in all they've been good. There's some weaknesses, there's some positives. It's just all right in the middle.
I agree 100%. Like I said, I think B is average. I think they've been an average team this year. I think that the reason I gave them the minus is they have played Phillies baseball to the definition.
Oh yeah.
Like this is the most Phillies season ever.
Uh-huh.
Like they'll find a way to win
I
the
would
World
say the
Series
most Phillies
because
season ever is probably 1996. Don't ask me what happened in 1996 because I have no clue. Let's look it up.
All right. What was our next question? Oh, when was the last time I gave you a trick question.
The Phillies in 1996 were 67 and 95.
Ooh.
Their
That is a
manager
Phillies
was
season.
their manager, Jim Fregosi.
Was it? When was Terry Francona the Phillies manager?
I don't remember.
2000. I feel it was 2001 or 2002. Anyway,
Who was right after Charlie Manuel?
Was it Frank? It might have been Francona.
I
No,
don't
no, that's wrong. That's way wrong. Jeez, he was before. After Charlie Manuel was Pete Mackanin, I thought.
I think they had someone before Pete Mackanin.
Was it Ruben?
Pete Mackanin's a good manager.
I had no issues with Pete Mackanin.
I mean, the team sucked, but
yeah. All right. I gave you a trick question here. You were off by a lot. When was the last time two Phillies played in the All-Star game?
Oh, wait, no, they did both played last year.
I don't think Wheeler did.
Yeah, he did. He pitched the ninth inning. I'm 100% sure.
I just checked baseball. I just checked Baseball Reference.
No, he pitched the last inning.
All right. Well, if you're interested for an answer, I believe now I think my site could be wrong. But Baseball Reference said the last time two Phillies played in the All-Star game was 2009. I do briefly remember this though.
Wheeler pitched. I'll look it up. Zach Wheeler, 2021. Because remember they were waiting until the end to use him. And they used him in the ninth.
You are correct. He pitched a third of an inning.
There you go. Told you.
Okay, that does indeed count. You are
there
correct.
There you go. I proved the question there wrong.
You did.
How about that? That's
three
really
words
exciting.
to describe bunch of everything.
A bunch of everything. Yeah. There's been a bunch
All
of
right.
things.
I honestly have no idea how to answer that question.
Yeah, me neither.
It was.
That's why I said a bunch of everything.
How about isn't okay? So this is technically one word. There's two words that are connected by a hyphen, so I'm pretty sure it's one word technically.
Yeah.
Nerve-wracking roller coaster.
All right, that's a good one.
That's my.
I mean, you could get rid of the hyphen and just make it feel.
That's true. All right. How many All-Stars will the Phillies have in 2023? I was not on the 4 or 5 bus. I was going to say 3. 2 will play.
Well, they're gonna have those 4 or 5, and those 4 or 5 is gonna be Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Nola and Wheeler, or just Wheeler, Anthony Dominguez, and someone else.
Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, did I not?
No, it's funny. Like when I look at the Phillies, Phillies roster, there are so many guys who I can see being all-stars. Like I can see Alec Boehm having a breakout year and being an all-star. Now it would be tough for him to be with all. I mean, third base is one of the best positions in baseball right now. It'd be hard for him to get an all-star spot, but I can see him having a great year. I can see JT Realmuto having a 2019 JT Realmuto.
Oh, Realmuto, add him to my thing.
I mean, it's very easy to see Nick Castellanos having a 2021 Nick Castellanos year. I can see Bryce Harper having a 2021 Bryce Harper year. I can see Kyle Schwarber having a 2020 Kyle Schwarber year. It's hard to believe because I feel like every time someone comes to Philadelphia, they're not as good as they were before.
Stink.
Yeah. All right. So our next agenda question, well, not question, but our next agenda thing is recaps since our last episode. Phillies have been very.
You want to hear something?
Actually,
I have breaking news. I have breaking news for you. The Phillies, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Phillies have the 8th highest fielding percentage this season with .987.
The defense has not been bad.
The Mariners lead with .990. They're right behind the Dodgers with .987. Or no, hold on. The Dodgers, Phillies, and Blue Jays are all tied with .987, right behind the
good.
New York Mets with .988.
Yeah, I mean the Phillies defense has been. I think it's been very good this year. I mean,
It has. I mean, it has been very good. It's
something
been
that
a
I've
lot better
noticed
than
is
people.
there
From
haven't
what
been
people said, it's been very good.
right, and there haven't been those like what I like to call lazy errors, like dropping fly balls that are right at you. I feel like most of our errors are like longer throws or not picking the ball, which are probably a little bit more complex things. Phillies, I'd actually say that my definition fits these last 3 series the Phillies have played in. Win 2 straight, lose 4 straight, win 3 straight. I mean, it's been a nerve-wracking roller coaster. We nearly dipped below. We could have dipped. I don't think we could have dipped below 500, but we could have gone back to 500 with a bad series in Miami. But even after winning the first 2 games against a very good Cardinals team, we lost 2 in St. Louis. We lost 2 in Toronto. And for the first time since when was that? Since 2012, 2014? I think around there, we took a series. We swept a series in Miami. I mean,
2010.
2010. Yeah, I mean, it's been they've played. I mean,
another thing to point out: the
played 5 and 4, I believe, since we last saw them. I mean, it has not been bad. It's been somewhat surprising. I mean, the offense has been atrocious outside of one day. But what I've been so impressed by is it seems like it's balancing out a little bit more. It's not just one guy. It's not just Schwarber and Hoskins. Stott has had some big hits. Derek Hall has had some really big hits recently. And I've noticed Hall's hits aren't always the hit that scores guys. It's the hit that sets guys up to score him. Like the one run the Phillies had against, I don't remember who it was, but he had that double and then eventually ground out and sac fly later, gave the lead. I mean, really, the sac fly is great. The situational hitting with the ground out's great. But I don't think that his double is, not the ground out and the sac fly are useless. He doesn't have that double. So I think Derek Hall's been very good recently. I think he's been good since his call up. Alec Boehm's had some big hits. Rhys Hoskins had the home run, which is big. And of course they had that 10-run where they pummeled I almost said the Mets. My goodness, almost pummeled the Marlins. That was pretty awesome to see. I did not catch the end of that game, which was upsetting because I know Didi hit the home run.
Yes.
If I saw that live, I saw the replay of it.
I did not watch any of that game.
I watched the first 6.5 innings. I had to go to a graduation party, but
fun.
It was
something to point out here: the Phillies in 2008 and 2022, which is this year, 292 games, both were 49 and 43. Does that mean anything? Absolutely not. Because the 2008 Phillies ended up going 92 and 70 on an insane second half and won the World Series. Will the Phillies do that? Maybe, but probably not.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Probably not. I have no faith at all.
Also, by the way, I did realize I made a mistake in the beginning of this podcast. The Phillies have played 92 games, and now I have to go back and check the draft of the article that I wrote this afternoon. Make sure that I did not.
Let's speed this up. What was the last question that you were getting to?
That was it. That's all we got. So
you're done.
We are on.
How about that?
Our recap since our last episode. If you already went through that too.
We did.
The Bowman Stott have been great. The starting rotation has been excellent.
When are Eflin and Suarez back after?
Suarez is back. He pitched on.
Yeah, Eflin. When is he back?
Eflin had a setback. He threw a simulated game on Saturday. Yes, Saturday.
All right, you're my Phillies insider, so
he had knee discomfort the day after, which would be Sunday, and he's not going to come back to pitch this year. His knee is not right. He hasn't been right. He looks really uncomfortable on the mound.
Yeah.
I just can't see him coming back. I think that makes it the need which that is gonna be the main focus of our next episode, which will be about a week from now, be the trade deadline, because that's gonna be
That's in a week.
that's when trades are gonna start happening. It's July 20th.
When's the deadline? The second?
It's the second or third. I think it's the second.
Okay.
So that's coming up, but that makes the need for a starting pitcher so much stronger now, because we can't keep going with the 4.5 starting pitchers. I mean, is Bailey Falter really a starting pitcher at this point?
No.
As Ben is writing me a note of how terrified he is for how awful this Phillies team is when their starting rotation. Anyway, we got our injury updates.
Yeah. So
Now it's time
basically,
to do a little fun segment.
All right. Basically, let me get this in. Basically, we have 4 starting pitchers. If you want to count Suarez, you can really say we have 3. Because Suarez should go back. So what the Phillies need to do, obviously, if you have been living on the rock, that's trade for a pitcher. What is your trade package for a pitcher? Starting pitcher.
So I do have a feature that's coming out in a few days. It'll be the top 7 most likely top 7 trade targets that you haven't heard of. So I'm not going to go there yet. I'm going to go to the names that I think would be the most ideal. So I think that Luis Castillo is a great fit. I think that I guess a good comp would be almost a Ranger Suarez with higher velocity. Because he's on the right side, but he's got that changeup that just the wipeout changeup, and I love that pitch. And I think there's a lot of aggressive hitters that the Phillies are going to face in the National League East, and I think that will be a huge pitch. I think he seems like a Phillies player to me, and I think he'd have a lot of success in Philadelphia. I do think that it would take some giving up for that. So I don't think we should go with anyone on our major league roster. I think that if we do, it'll be I shouldn't say major league roster, but has major league experience. I'm going to go Moniak is the most likely, than Vierling. I'd only think that we get rid of Vierling if
who's in for a center fielder,
right, which would be Benintendi or Ian Happ. I'm more of a Benintendi fan right now.
I love Ian Happ.
I do too. I have his autograph actually.
Wow, future Philly.
Kyle
Schwarber was recruiting him last night. I don't know if you want to throw that.
He was. I know. I put that on the Bell Ringers tweet. It was either my Twitter or the Bell Ringers tweet. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But yeah, they're former teammates. They've worked well in the outfield before. I think that is something to keep an eye on, since they've played together. And obviously, Schwarber is one of the leaders of this Phillies team. The lone All-Star who actually played this year. So I think that a serious trade. I think that Happ is great. I think Benintendi has more career success though. But Luis Castillo would be expensive because he's not a free agent until 2024. He is eligible for I almost said Argentina. I don't know where that came from.
Oh,
he's eligible.
Hold on.
He's eligible. It's been a long day. I spent 4 hours on the Ocean City Boardwalk. I think that he's eligible for arbitration.
New Jersey or Maryland?
New Jersey.
Okay.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
He's eligible for arbitration in 2023. That's his 3rd year of arbitration. He's a free agent in 24. So I think we would have to give away probably Johan Rojas in Double A. And I think we'd have to go with either a Moniak or an Abel or McGarry. I don't know if that would be enough. I think we have to probably throw in a Hans Kraus, and maybe even 2 of those pitchers. Because like I said, Luis Castillo is very good. He was an All-Star this year. Whether he was worthy of an All-Star appearance is debatable. I'm personally actually going to say no, he was not. But obviously, every team has to have at least one. So, honestly, him being an All-Star does not help. Trying to receive from a receiving end, just because that's going to be something they're going to put on his resume 2022 All-Star. You're trading for a player who's an All-Star. You are adding one more All-Star to their team. They're going to demand a lot of talent. And Ohapi, I'd say Rojas, a pitching prospect, and then either another pitcher, which would be McGarry, or Abel, obviously the one that you don't have in the first place, or Ohapi. I think you're going to have to send at least 3 of those 4 guys over.
There you go.
All right, so should we get into
I'll take whoever.
Yeah, I mean,
Gotta be honest with
there
you.
are some other names. Jose Quintana is possible.
We need help is the bottom line.
Right. I really don't think it has to be anyone great either. I think they just go in there and give you 5 innings and allow 2-3 runs every time, and that's perfect. I mean, honestly, I think consistency is the biggest thing. You need to have someone
change this dude to be distracted.
Yeah, I mean, this is true, but they won't part with him.
No.
I actually think that Johan Rojas is the most likely. I think he will. I would say out of every guy in the Phillies organization, he's the most likely to be traded, just because of the drafting of Justin Crawford, which we'll get to in a few minutes. All right, we better keep going here. We have a fun segment coming up. Ben, would you like to explain the meaning behind it?
All right, so I was thinking about it this morning, and I texted Colin, how about our top 3 favorite songs? We talked a lot of baseball so far. Let's talk about some music. Something everyone. How do you not like music? The reason I thought of this is because I was watching clips from the Elton John concert. By the way, I'm a huge Elton John fan, and I was not able to go to the Elton John concert. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But there's been a lot of concerts. The Weeknd was at the link. I also like the Weeknd. The Jake Owens concert at the Phillies game is on Saturday. Colin will be in attendance for that. I will not. It's going to be very hot. Is that the one game that's on normal television this series? Because Sunday's Peacock and stupid.
Actually, I think my $5 fee actually might still be going from the last time it was on that stupid channel. So should we get into your?
Yeah. So there was a Dead and Company concert. Dad's a huge Dead Company guy. There was a bunch of there's concert seasons basically over in Philadelphia. There's a lot going on, and it's very fun. If you want to go to some concerts, not just in Philadelphia, there's a little app called SeatGeek. SeatGeek, ladies and gentlemen. It takes the confusion out of buying tickets. SeatGeek.com. I want to go to a Phillies game. Eagles season. It's coming up. Preseason is in like 6 weeks. Right? That's
very soon.
Really
less than 6 weeks.
It's something like that. It's so scary.
I think 5.
I'm so scared. So scared. Anyway. So Eagle season's coming up. Basketball and hockey, all the other stuff. MLB postseason is slowly creeping on its way. Also very scary. It's a very scary time for me. So if you want to get some tickets, go to SeatGeek. It's the best app to buy tickets. That's where I get my tickets. It's where Colin gets his tickets. It's where you should get your tickets. If you don't get your tickets from SeatGeek, what are you doing? And I have a special deal for you. Through SeatGeek, if you want to save some money, use code Philly Sports Report. Philly Sports Report, all one word. It's Philly Sports without the S after report. So it's up on the screen. Let's see. $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek with that code. The link is in the description. It's also on all my other social media pages and all the other stuff. So
Instagram,
make sure
TikTok, Twitter.
Yep.
Make sure you follow those. YouTube.
Yep. Make sure you hop on all of that. Take advantage.
They all have the logo right behind me there.
There you go. It's up here too. It's up here too. That might be changing soon.
Never know.
All right. So save $20. Use code Philly Sports Report. I should have written something out because that was really bad, but marketing minor coming up to you soon. There you go.
All right, let's hear your top 3 songs.
All right, hold on. Let's do something fancy here.
Am I involved in this?
Here we go.
Oh no. Hey. Ben Davis is back, baby.
Ben Davis is back. Ben's. So I'm going to
This is
start.
great. This is less editing for me. I love this.
There you go. I'm going to start with number 3.
Oh wait, nope. Never mind.
What were you thinking? Were you thinking the Bryce Harper walk-up song?
No, Paradise by I don't know.
All right.
Baz Bossy. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Paradise. Copyright. No, this is a great song. It's always popping up on my playlist. Always seems my shuffle is whacked. But I mean,
Is it this one? Oh, let me find it.
it's by Coldplay, right? It's
I don't know.
The elephant biking is the music video. Look up Paradise by Coldplay.
All right, hold on. That's not this one? Not that one?
I can't see your background. No, that's the Bryce Harper walk-up song.
Oh, it is? I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought it was
That's like the Paradise. This feels like paradise.
Yeah, I'm not a music guy, so this is not my segment. All right, number 2.
Yeah, so Paradise by Coldplay, very good song. I like Coldplay a little bit, but this is a better song. I mean, the Para, it's great. Number 2.
Oh man.
And I think it's gonna be a long one. Do you not like that song?
I think I've heard it. I don't know.
Okay,
I must have.
You've known that I like. You know that I like.
You've seen any
John.
podcast. It's pretty common knowledge that you're a big Elton John fan.
Yeah, it's a really good song. It's not his best, but it's my favorite of his. I also love Benny and the Jets. So I like rock. So I hope you do too. And number 1.
That is good. Billy Joel.
This is my favorite song of all time. It is a top 10 song of all time.
That is not in my. That is in my top 5.
It's a really good song. I love.
That's in my top. That's in my top 8.
All right, that's enough. Billy Joel is absolutely incredible, and this was like his first song.
Have you ever seen the show Ordinary Joe?
No.
No, you should watch that then. It's like This guy is he's a huge Billy Joel fan, and he tries to grow up to be. It's a good show. Anyway, I'll give you my top 3 now.
This is my top 3 songs. Look them up and jam out to them like I do every single day. So let's move. All
right. I don't have much to go in depth here. I'm
not. Hold on.
Not a big music person. Number 3 here, is going to be a "When It Rains It Pours" by Luke Combs. I don't know. It just seems like I don't know. The song's fine.
Hold on.
I'm not good at this segment. I'm not a big music guy.
Who?
But of course, Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
There you go.
My
number 2.
Last name is Combs.
Number 2 is a classic. "Don't Stop Believing," Journey.
Don't stop believing. I love that song. It did not cut my top 5. Top 3. By who? Journey?
Yeah, Journey.
By the way, if I
hurt your eardrums
by singing, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Number 1 by Morgan Wallen, "Somebody's Problem." It's a very solid song. It's a good country song. Big country fan. I'd say Wallen and Combs are 2 of my favorites. I also like some old country like George Strait. I could always go with Carrie Underwood and Kelsey Ballerini. So Wallen, yeah, that's good enough. I know Ben's not a big country guy.
No,
all right, so that was like my worst nightmare ever. I'm glad that is over. Now I get to talk about something that I do love, and that is
there we go. Whose list is? All right, let's think. Whose list is better?
Yeah, I actually agree with that. It's hard to disagree with that. All right. So now that awful segment is over, since I'm not a big music guy, let's get into something just quite interesting. The draft. Oh, the draft.
We love the MLB draft. 32 rounds.
20 rounds this year. 20 rounds this year.
Didn't it used to be 32?
It used to be way more than that.
Huh.
Hundreds of rounds.
Who even like? Who do they find in the 100th? Like, who do they draft? Teddy Lutz?
Probably. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Apparently, like they always have like the like someone.
By the way, Kenny, if you're watching this,
Howdy. They'll draft like the team's front offices, the owners, secretaries, aunts, nephew-in-law, if that's even a thing. That's what I've heard in like the 162nd round. For some reason, I was glued to the screen when I was watching on like some like sketchy website when they had like the 19th round going on. There's like some guy who I didn't even know, like saying Ben Goldstein, round 19, pick 12. Pittsburgh is next. For some reason, I was glued to that, constantly Googling guys after they were picked. But anyway, talk about the Phillies' first round selection, Justin Crawford.
he's the only one that matters.
That's true. I mean, they didn't have another pick till 93. You know, it is what it is. It was Gabriel Kines was their 93rd overall pick. Justin Crawford, I can see the theme they went with in the draft. They went with the risky draft this year. They picked a lot of guys who I think could be massive failures or they could be superstars. Like Justin Crawford has a very high ceiling, also a very low floor. I don't love what I see in Justin Crawford. Actually, I'm not a fan of the pick. Well, I don't know. That's not true. I don't like the pick. I don't dislike the pick. I'm just like nervous because like it just doesn't make a ton of sense. We don't need another center fielder, which makes me think that Johan Rojas is going to get traded. That's the main reason that I think that we got him, or Vierling or Moniak. I mean, I could also see Odubel getting traded because like Odubel kind of fits like the veteran who can serve as like a utility player for a team that's not very good. Like Odubel could serve a purpose on a team like the Reds or the A's or the Tigers, where he probably doesn't really serve much purpose in Philadelphia. So Justin Crawford, if you don't know who that is, he's an outfielder. He went to Bishop Gorman High School, which is in I wrote this in the article and I do not remember it. It is somewhere up. It's in the north somewhere. I could be wrong though. Anyway, Justin Crawford is a center fielder. He has plus speed. He's probably the best defensive outfielder in the draft. Andrew Young Jr. Drew Young is very, very good defensively. Justin Crawford could be better. He is tall and lanky. He's almost like a slap hitter. I've seen a few of his swings. It's not an overly powerful swing. He has very good bat to ball skills. Most of that is he stays in the hitting zone for a very long time. And I do like what I see out of Justin Crawford from the bat to ball skills, but I can't see him having a successful major league career. As you can see, Ben here is on PG, which if you don't perfect game is it's like a scouting type of where scouts people come to watch you play.
Who's the best outfielder coming out of Nevada?
Yes,
Another
that's
Vegas.
you're right. I don't know how.
By the way.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot that he's from Las Vegas because I remember talking about this on Twitter. He's from same place as Bryce Harper. Not same place, very similar. He's not going to end up at LSU. But like I said, I think Justin Crawford has a high ceiling if he develops muscularly. Of course, he's only 18 years old. He's 18 or not. I think he's 18.
18.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's 18. Say it on there. Oh, yeah, it does. 18. He's 18 and a half. So obviously there's a lot of room for him to develop, which I think that if he can do that, maybe add on some more power. I think again, I'm not a professional hitter, but I do think that his swing is a more of a contact swing. I think if he could have, like I said, a more powerful swing, but he needs a powerful body to have that too, which I don't think he has yet. Like if you've seen him in like a baseball uniform or in pretty much any picture, he is noticeably skinny.
I can throw faster than this guy.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a. I don't think that's up to date though.
I don't know.
Yeah. But
You got a 10.
71's faster than you think though. But yeah, so you
This
can
is
take a
all
look there.
pitching.
It is. There's a video of him. So you see what I say? Like it's a very contact oriented swing. Like you can see he's not really trying to drive the ball, not much extension through. He's just trying to get the bat of the ball. He does take the balls a lot the other way, and it seems like. And the other thing I noticed in this Phillies draft is they went with both. They went with both ends of the puzzle. They took a ton of guys who are lanky with no power and are ridiculously fast and great defenders. And they also took some guys that are like dictionary definition 4-hole hitters. Like I think I think it was their third selection, I believe, should I be in the end of the third round, the beginning of the fourth round. Who, like when you look at his pipeline numbers, he's got nothing other than like 60 power, and everything else is just completely irrelevant. But no, I think that Justin Crawford has a high ceiling. The pick doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why there was at this point on there was Brandon Barriere, who I was very high on. If you saw my mock drafts on Twitter, if you read the article that I posted on phillysportsports.com, I really liked what I saw out of Barriere. This is same thing came up again. I know we talked about Luis Castillo earlier. I think I comped him to Luis Castillo. I think that at this point, Cam Collier was still on the board. Drew Smith was still.
Not Gilbert, dude.
Yeah, Gilbert was on the board. So I don't know. I don't really understand this pick. I'd say that the number one guy that I wanted, I'd say this was about right before the draft started. I was on the Dylan Lesko train, and he went to the Padres, who were just before us. So again, unfortunately, we did not get Lesko, but I think that Justin Crawford has potential, and I really think that this depends on the Phillies' developmental team, whether or not they can develop him into a strong player, because they're trusting themselves again. Like they picked a lot of players. We saw, and another theme we saw is they went with lower value players in the first round. So if you don't know, the Phillies got a pool. There are penalties if they exceed the pool. They're kind of similar to like the CBT penalties. So they exceeded. They did not. They're not planning on exceeding. I don't think anyone really plans to exceed their player pool. But they went with lower value guys in the first half of the draft, and they went with some more broad picks towards the back half of the draft with higher values in lower slots. And remember, there is a very good chance that the Phillies will not have a first round pick next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess that would be if the Phillies end what? If the Phillies end in the top 9 in winning percentage, they will not have a first round pick next year.
And then we'll go to the
What?
Where's the pick on?
It just everyone gets shuffled up because. So what happens is the Phillies.
I'm so bad with the draft.
Honestly, I understand how it works, but I like to procrastinate until like 3 days before, and then I'll like read and watch videos for like 5 straight hours on these people. What happens is, so I know we talked about this a lot when we were. This was actually one of the when we restarted like the second season of the podcast. We were talking about the luxury tax and the cap and the competitive balance tax, whatever you want to call it. One of the penalties for exceeding it, which the Phillies have done, the penalty for that is you get your initial draft spot gets pushed back 10 spots. So like the Dodgers had the 30th, they were in line to have pick 30 because they had the best record in baseball. They didn't have it. Their first pick was the 40th overall pick. because they exceeded the luxury tax. And that is a good chance that happens to the Phillies next year, this upcoming draft, which is in like 360 days.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, this could be the last first round pick the Phillies have for 2, 3, maybe 4 years if they continue to exceed this tax, which, knowing Dave Dombrowski, he very well could.
Yes.
And before we go into the All-Star Week thoughts to wrap up our podcast, best draft scores, I thought the Padres drafted exceptionally well. I thought the Blue Jays drafted very well. The Mets, it's hard not to draft well for the Mets because they had 2 first-round picks, picks 11 and picks 14. And then obviously the Mets. Sorry, I just said the Mets. Oh, my goodness. Obviously, the Diamondbacks had an excellent draft. They got Drew Young with the second overall pick. They had some very good picks later in the draft. I thought that the Diamondbacks, Padres, Blue Jays, and Mets had the best drafts. So that will definitely see how that plays out. You're messing with the what is happening?
I don't know. All right, here we go. All-Star Week thoughts. If you want to hear my thoughts about the draft,
Sure.
don't ask.
Got it.
You know what? I'll say. He's the son of Carl Crawford. He is related to J.P. Crawford, who has turned into a very good player for Seattle. Well, not very good. A good player.
No, he's a good player. He's above average.
Yeah. I am. Justin Crawford hopefully will follow in their footsteps in Philadelphia.
Hopefully.
That's what I'm going to say.
So now I
we
got a
won't see
question
him.
for you.
I bet you we won't hear his name for at least 3 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and if he even stays in the Phillies organization.
Exactly.
So then, and I don't. He won't get traded this year, but it's possible next year, 2 years, he could get shipped somewhere.
And we'll trade him for Juan Soto anyway. So
actually, remove that from the agenda. All-Star Game thoughts. What do you have on the All-Star Game? Just takeaways.
Very, very boring.
Really?
Very boring.
I enjoyed the All-Star Game this year. The Big Papi segment was awesome.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. That was
quality TV.
That was quality TV. A lot of people did not like that.
Why? I don't know if there is not to like.
No, it was very funny. Love Big Papi. Anyway, the game stunk. I mean, there was those 2 good innings with the back-to-back home runs for Buxton and Stanton and Buxton, and then they had the Goldschmidt home run and the Mookie RBI single in the first inning for the NL and the AL. Yeah, he scored Acuna, and then the AL had the thing in the 4th inning, and then that was really it for the offense. The pitching, very good pitching. I mean, this is one of the best pitching years in baseball, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just looking at it from the Philly standpoint, Zach Wheeler and Arnola are all-stars. Got to have pretty good pitchers for them not to make it. Yeah, I mean, I thought I actually enjoyed it. I thought Jose Trevino was so entertaining. I love Jose Trevino. I think the dynamic between Trevino and it wasn't Clay Holmes.
Nestor Cortez.
It was Nasty Nestor. That was awesome to listen to. How they were.
Yeah,
they seemed so familiar with each other. They're always on the same page.
Yeah, the mic'd up stuff was cool, but the game itself was not very exciting.
Yeah, it was an interesting game to watch. Alek Manoah was great. He was fun to listen to.
Yeah,
I love Manoah. Stanton and Judge were all right. They weren't the most interesting to listen to. I actually really enjoyed the red carpet show. I thought that was fun.
I did not watch that. The home.
Yeah, that was like 2 p.m.
Yeah,
I think it was Ronald Acuna Jr. and Mookie Betts, I think, were the co-winners of Best Dressed. It's pretty much the only thing that gets talked about during the red carpet show. Kyle Schwarber was there with his his very young child, baby.
Very young.
Lots
of exciting stuff. A home run derby. Let's talk about that. The fixed home run derby.
It was not. I don't think it was fixed.
It
definitely wasn't intentional.
It was intentional.
No,
You know
well,
why
sorry,
they did
that
it?
was bad wording.
The
It wasn't.
Rob Manfred, Rob Manfred and the MLB hate Philadelphia. Everyone hates Philadelphia. They don't like America. Basically, they hate Ben Franklin. So I don't think they like Philadelphia because of they don't like the fans. They think
Right.
the fans are a bad look, even though we're the best fans in the world. But we threw snowballs at Santa Claus back in the '60s. My grandpa doesn't even remember it, so it's a bunch of crap. Anyway, they put Schwarber. I know why they put Schwarber as the 1 seed, and that's because he had the most home runs out of the group. But they put Schwarber against Alonso, so Philadelphia could lose because it was set up for Albert Pujols. You could see Schwarber was not swinging very hard.
No, I
because
disagree with that.
He was told not to swing. He was told to stink. And then he did end up hitting home runs. And then they went to the extra time, which also was put in the script. And then Schwarber had those home runs at the end, which he was not supposed to hit. And the ESPN intentionally and the stadium at Dodger Stadium, the scorekeepers intentionally did not count the home runs, and he lost.
And you have any evidence to back any of this up?
I can give you all the evidence in the world. I talked with Rob Manfred this morning. He said he hates Philadelphia and he hates Colin Daly.
I'm sure he does. Please don't take any of that on the record. Just a little heads up there. No, I do think that here's the line. Here's the bottom line. You can't script. I have a few things to say in this matter, actually. One, you cannot script the home run derby. I mean, people act like it's so easy to just hit the ball 400 feet. It's not. It's not at all. So it's impossible to perfectly script the home run derby. Now, if Albert Pujols went up there and hit 4 home runs and Schwarber hit 3, okay. But when you look at Schwarber,
they also had juice balls for Pujols. That's been confirmed by Bob Nightingale and Jeff Passan.
How do they confirm that?
They looked at the balls.
Okay.
They looked at Peter Moylan. They compared Peter Moylan, and he caught the Peter Alonso ball. They compared that at a Schwarber home run, and then they took the Schwarber home run next to a Pujols home run, and the Pujols ball was juiced.
Right. Is this like serious? He's making this up.
And, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Okay, that means it's fake.
I can't. I wasn't actually supposed to say that because that was a secret. I got a text from Jimmy O'Brien this morning. He told me that.
All right. Anyway, so I don't know. I think that it is impossible. It is impossible to split the home run derby. They did not.
What I said earlier was all fake. I think Schwarber was definitely cheated. He should have had 20 home runs. They should have gone to a spin off. I do think.
Well,
no.
Anyway, I don't think that he. I think that he hit the correct number.
He hit 20.
The one that they counted. Yes, if you look at it in slow motion, one that they say that the announcer says went over, and one that upticked the thing didn't actually go over, so they didn't count the next one. They didn't move the score back. But at this point, first of all, Schwarber is hitting them at such a rapid rate, and if you look at Schwarber, the pitcher, Schwarber's friend from high school,
horrible pitcher, by the way,
the Mike guy from Tampa Bay.
Yeah, whatever. He's horrible.
He was horrible. The umpire had his hand up, and the thing is, Pujols' pitcher pitched.
They counted a Pujols home run when the buzzer was blown, and they threw the pitch after
that was
buzzer.
Egregious. That should have been removed. He hit 12.
You're just saying all this because you're a Cardinals fan.
No. That is cool. And I will say Albert Pujols is in my top 5 favorite players of all time. Pujols is, but he should not have had 13 home runs. That was well after the buzzer. The only thing, and I've never seen the rules, and you can't believe anything you see on Twitter because it's just anyone can post anything. I don't know if the rules are when the pitcher releases the ball or when the umpire signals you can pitch. Because if the ball lands, you're granted another pitch. And I don't know. The only way you can really find that information is by going to the official rules, and I wouldn't even know where to find those. And again, it's over. It does not matter.
If you look up home run derby official rules, they probably come up.
Yeah, it's a waste of my time, honestly. It is what it is. It's over.
It's not that big of a deal. It's a home run derby.
It's not. Yeah. But actually, I was kind of underwhelmed. I thought that they had a really good contestants. Jose Ramirez, I thought was going to have put on a much better performance. I think both Julio Rodriguez.
Can we talk about Julio Rodriguez really quick?
He was insane.
Yeah, holy cow.
And Juan Soto was exhausted. I mean, even in that second round, he almost lost to Pujols, and he almost lost to Julio Rodriguez too. I mean, Juan Soto, I think he just exerted all of his energy, and he was also hitting in the cages for a very long time before his round against Pujols. And if you got out there, he was he was like sweating. I know it's Los Angeles, it's hot. He's actually like, it's not like swinging. He's like it's a wiffle ball game. He's swinging hard, but he looked like he was like barely had any energy left. So I don't know. He looked tired. I think they were all tired by the end. I'd be curious. I don't know. I just see if what a home run derby would look like if it was in like an air conditioned, like I believe Tropicana Field is air conditioned. But no, I thought there was going to be some more interesting things happen.
Yeah, it was.
But Jose, like I said,
it was a good derby, but I mean, it really could have done a lot more.
Yeah. Now I'm still waiting for the year when they have like they have like a average group of guys, 8 guys, and they have like the home run leader, the legend. Like how cool? Now I'll tell you. Tell me it wouldn't have been cooler if you had, I don't know. I don't know. Pick any player to take Pujols' spot.
Who would
Rhys
do
Hoskins.
it?
So
sure.
Let's say they're just randomly. Let's say Hoskins takes that spot. So they play their derby. Juan Soto wins. They go over to do the trophy, and then all the lights go out in the stadium. Right by the bullpens, a dark figure, like a figure you can't see, walks out of the bullpens. And then a spotlight shines on him. He has a mask and a Cardinals jersey on. He takes his mask off, and it's Albert Pujols. With a bat in his hand, he's ready. They introduce him. The lights pop back on. Then, like, Adam Wainwright comes jogging out from center field with a bucket of baseballs. And it's like the ultimate championship for the home run king. And they could have done that with Aaron Judge, too. Could have done Miguel Cabrera. I mean, how awesome would that have been?
That would have been pretty cool.
Like, I would have lost it at that moment. Like, I would have freaked out. And, like, even when I knew that Pujols was going to be in the Derby, I was, like, when he was playing Soto, I was, like, I had my Cardinals hat on. I was, like, freaking out. Like, if I would have seen that on live television, I would have lost it. Like, that would have been awesome. Like, MLB needs to listen. Like, and I'm, like, come on, like, listen to our podcast, MLB. That's a good idea.
Yeah, what are you doing, Bob? You got nothing else to do. Listen to Bell Ringers. We have 30 followers on Twitter. We got to
right.
A couple questions before we go for you. Mid-season MVPs. Who do you got in the NL?
The NL?
Yeah.
So not the Phillies, just the National League.
Yeah.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Why? Because you're a Cardinals fan. You're biased.
No. I mean, he's putting up absurd numbers. It's absurd. It's great. I've never seen Paul Goldschmidt perform to this level since he's been on the Cardinals. He's got the power. He's got the doubles. The RBIs are off the charts. I mean, he's the easy candidate to pick right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cy Young for the NL.
Sandy Alcantara. Yeah, that's easy.
Alcantara.
I always say Alcantara, and I know it's Alcantara.
Alcantara is fun, though.
Alcantara. That's what I'm saying.
It's Alcantara. All right. Rookie of the year for the National League.
Juan Yepes.
Okay. That's exactly what I expected you to say. For the AL, we'll move over there. Who's the rookie of the year for the AL?
Oh, Julio Rodriguez.
Thank you. Cy Young.
McClanahan.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the MVP for the American League.
Shohei Ohtani. Do not argue with me. I will go to war on this. I will.
Why? I just want to know why not
anything.
Aaron Judge.
Okay. Is it the best? Is this award the best offensive player, or is this award the most valuable player? Shohei Ohtani is he is past the definition of valuable.
It's turned into the best offensive player.
Well, then they should just call it like the non-MVP award or the best offensive player award. He serves as an ace, a cleanup hitter. He's the best hitter on your team. It's crazy. I mean, and the only reason he's not the best hitter on the Angels is because he plays on the Angels. I mean, he could be on any other team. He absolutely rakes. He's got the power. He's got the speed. He throws 99. He's got a disgusting slider. He got the gross fastball that moves. His sinker is gross. I mean, he has value. It is one. It's like a 2-in-1 Lego set. Like who buys Legos and doesn't buy a 2-in-1 Lego set? You make it into two things. It's like a given. I mean, there's no reason. I mean, Shohei Ohtani could literally post a 3.35 ERA, and have an average season. He could hit 250 with 25 home runs, and he is still my MVP.
Okay. Breaking news. Not Phillies related. James Harden has agreed on a 2-year deal, $68.6 million, including a player option to return to the 76ers.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's official. And on that note, we are going to end the podcast. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube. Go down to the bell ringers on Twitter, Philly Sports Reports on Twitter, both of us on Twitter, Philly Sports Reports _ on Instagram, TikTok. We got a Philly Sports Reports. So check all those out. Make sure to follow, subscribe. So you get all the latest Philly sports news. Go down to phillysportsreports.com. Make sure you subscribe to that. You get emails right to your inbox with the articles that get posted almost daily. Anytime something happens, we recap every series, we preview every series.
I made a Philly Sports Reports email.
We did.
So if you want to email us with questions, inquiries, PSR inquiries at gmail.com. So
very nice.
If you want to do that,
I'll add that. And actually, we're gonna be trying something out new today. Try scanning the QR code that is in the top. Wait, hold on. It's opposite. It's in that corner up there. Scan that QR code, and you can follow us on Philly Sports Reports, the official Philly Sports Reports Twitter. And down here are the other ones. You want to follow those too. Is that all we got?
There you go.
All right, so we got. Thank you so much for watching.
We got QR codes.
Oh, we have QR codes now. We're fancy.
Wow, that's really exciting.
Yeah, QR codes.
All right.
Peace out, everybody.
Use sticky code.
Yes, that too.
Use that as well.